Alright, today is the day. I'm so excited to make the pad thai. Although actually I don't feel very optimistic about it being successful. But that's the point. I mean, you never know if you don't try. I think when I cook, I had to take a lot of risks and failure to be able to try and create new and exciting flavors. So I'm just practicing accepting it as part of the process. Gotta show something really funny. This says bean curd dried, which doesn't make sense in English, but I think that's Chinglish. We call it like basically being dried. I'm practicing being content with and using what we have here, because in Thailand they use some kind of like little yellow dried bean curd or dried tofu, but we don't have that in China, so I just bought some organic bean curd. It's time to practice gratitude for even imperfection. And same with this, they use some kind of dried pickled vegetables. I use the Chinese equivalent of that. Hello, we're making pad thai. Very excited. Thank you for the life you sacrificed and gave us. I really enjoy the feeling of bringing all the different, maybe chaotic things into order. I think that's what my brain really likes. It's kind of like a brain candy, especially for people on the spectrum. And as well as this kind of like very precise handiwork, as long as it's aligned with our interests, it's like one of the most fun things to do, probably even more than socializing. I guess I didn't really have to do this, but I like how it just like opens up like a flower, like when I fry it. This is the kind of thing that makes me especially feel like I'm really cool, you know, like I'm lifting up my forearm so that I don't cut my wrist. It almost feels like a dance show, a dance performance, except that this is not the typical kind of dance, which I actually don't know how to do. I think the precision, it drives certain people crazy. It feels like way too particular, but it's a kind of game of its own, you know? You can see just how many different ways of enjoying being alive there can be. And each deserves being honored, as long as it respects life and peace. Sometimes I go to bed just thinking about the sensations, like cutting the shrimp open or like putting things together, like the different flavors. Yeah, just like very like sensory pleasing thoughts and memories. They're some of the main things that help me fall asleep. It's really weird, but it is what it is. I don't know if everyone can understand this joy, but this is actually my first ever time working with fresh rice noodles. Yeah, like first time. It's already impressive that like some supermarket chain actually sells these fresh. I wonder if I can bite on it. It basically feels like undercooked rice noodles, but very excited to see how it turns out. This is the pad thai sauce that I made, and it's gotten really like, it's almost like solid, at least this version that I made myself. I have no idea how much to put, but I think it might be safer to prepare a bit in advance. So I think I'm gonna put 2 scoops to start with, and I can always add more, but it's still that tried and true technique of taste and adjust. Now here is a fun part. Fun for me. I don't have already pre-made crushed peanuts at hand. I just roasted some peanuts in the morning and I'm just gonna make my own. By fun, I mean it's kind of fun to just undress the peanuts. Of course, this is always gonna happen. They might not be perfect. You might still have some of that red chips on that actually tastes a little bitter, but this is home cooking. This is not restaurant cooking. A lot of tutorials look perfect and scare us away. But a lot of times I find myself just straying away a little bit from the tutorials I watch, like just to make things accessible. A lot of times it works out just fine. Of course, I mean the tutorials, they're like here to make sure you succeed, which can be very encouraging, especially if you're trying it for the first time. The way my brain works makes me tend to want stability rather than change. I don't like cooking something bad because it doesn't just feel like a failure. It tastes bad too. It feels like a failure in every aspect, even the visceral aspects. But I'm slowly learning to accept that. If you want innovation, then you accept the dark side of it. Or it's like two sides of a coin. You want something, you have to accept the other side of it. Check this out. It's kind of fun. A little bit of soy sauce. I'm getting excited. Wow. Just prepared. Wow. Smells really fresh. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Now the exciting moment.
喂，谁放屁了？
It seems like the amount of pad thai sauce added was just perfect. I don't even know if this will make it to the table.
Wow.
It's just go as normal.
我们不需要跳舞了是吧？
跳吧，你来跳一个。
稀饭稀饭，我仨我赢。哪乐就
哎，等等，
咋了？ 吧。
这个
OK。谢谢大厨，感谢大厨。我吃一个。大虾歪歪。大虾好吃。
炒的火候正好。
萨瓦迪卡。好的。应该拿点叉子来。
Honestly, it does remind me of Thailand. I feel really proud of my decision to reduce the coconut sugar. I was kind of afraid that it might turn out terrible, but this is already kind of sweet. Kind of at the sweet threshold for me. If it's sweeter than this, I would have liked it less. I actually would have wanted to add more of the pad thai sauce. So, cheers to experimentation. Oh man, I risked heartbreak for this. You know what that means now? Time to feast like a beast.